George Orwell once wrote, "The more you're in the right, the more natural that everyone should be bullied into thinking likewise." His definition of a fanatic paints a perfect picture of the central character in tonight's case. A man whose passionate beliefs drove him to a campaign of violence and terror. Here was a man who had a deep concern for the well-being of animals, but this was in stark contrast to his disregard for the lives of human beings.
Burgers. Mummy, please.
Do you like beef burgers? Do you like animals? What about cows? You know, cows that moo. Do you know how they make cows into beef burgers? Well, first, they smash their brains in. Then they take big knives and they slice the legs off one by one. Then they pull off all the skin and they hang the bits on hooks in a freezer. Just like one of these. No, Mum, it's me, don't worry.
Keith? You nearly gave me a heart attack. I don't know. I don't see head nor tail of you for weeks. And then you suddenly turn up out of the blue and I hardly recognise you.
Oh, well, I've been busy. Going out like in the evenings, you know, that sort of thing.
Oh, met some new friends.
Hey, come on, hey!
Where'd you get him from?
Alf. His previous owners weren't looking after him properly. It's all changed now, though, hasn't it, hey, boy?
Why'd you call him Alf?
Stands for Animal Liberation Front.
Why are you doing all this?
Right, let's do it. What are you doing?
What does it look like? If you haven't got the bottle, go back to the van.
Nah, you don't understand. Let me try and make myself a little bit clearer. Clearer? Right, let's get started.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Special branch officers were in Oldham today investigating an animal liberation front raid at Strivens Abattoir, which caused £15,000 worth of damage. The ALF said the attack was part of a national campaign of economic sabotage against the meat trade and other animal abusers.
Right, we've got to keep the pressure on. What we need is maximum publicity. We've got to hit the butchers and the fur shops picketing and handing out leaflets. We've got to raise people's awareness.
Child's play. This is war. If you want to win, you gotta hit them hard. You don't picket them. You firebomb them. There's a battery farm down in Kent. They've got 150,000 chickens cooked up in a warehouse. By the time I'm finished with it, the lorry pound will end up looking like it's been napalmed. Well, that's something the papers will be interested in.
But you could end up killing someone.
You're either committed or you're not.
Superintendent Montgomery speaking. John! I'll have to call you back. Cheers, mate.
You can forget about a bunch of students setting bunny rabbits free. Our informant said this bloke's on about starting a firebomb campaign. He's even talking about making his own explosives.
Explosives? Is this informant reliable?
See for yourself. Battery farm's here. Now I've arranged for us to use a safe house a few miles away. When we finish at the farm, we turn left this way, and it's about a 10-minute drive.
You've done your own work?
Well, we can't afford to screw up.
Well, there won't be any mistakes on my part. What's that then?
Hey, stop! Leave it!
All right, don't shout at me. Well, what is it anyway?
Well, it's just something I'm working on, right? Now, you ready?
Yes. How can anybody treat a living animal like that?
Come on.
Keith!
What?
Listen.
I can't hear anything.
There's something out there.
For God's sake, will you just get a grip on yourself and let's do this? I won't bother taking your coat off. You won't be staying long. We've been watching you for ages, Keith.
Well, Keith, I know all about terrorists. I know your type. I know what little regard you have for human life. I also know that you're a ringleader. These petrol bombs, they're just a crude wee start, aren't they? You had bigger plans than that, didn't you, Keith? I'm not talking about battery farm jobs. I'm talking about blowing up people.
I'm flattered, Mr. Montgomery. You clearly think I'm worth this trouble. But you see, the ALF doesn't have leaders. We're individuals who have made our own decisions and we take our own course of action. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be exercising my right to silence. Dear Mum, I know you're worried about all this, but it doesn't matter whether they find me guilty or not. I had to break the law to make them pay attention. I want to be out, and I want to carry on fighting for animals. You should be proud I'm doing something that really counts.
New cart door strawberry ice cream from Walls. It captures all the fresh, delicate taste of real strawberries. Just ask any strawberry lover. New cart door with real pieces of strawberry. New cart door. Tasting is believing.
It's been 2 weeks.
What do you mean?
I mean every day for 2 weeks.
Every day?
Every day.
And it's good?
It's very good.
2 weeks, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What does your wife think?
She thinks it's great. You should try it.
Oh, I'm gonna try it.
Good.
They're talking about Kellogg's All Bran. It's very high in wheat bran fiber. Make it part of your complete breakfast and see how you feel.
How do you feel about it?
Good.
You feel good.
I knew that I would.
Kellogg's All Bran cereal. Try it for 2 weeks. Love it forever.
Down below the surface lurks an intruder, threatening us with itching, soreness and pain. That intruder is athlete's foot. But now there's new Torpedo. Torpedo Cream is a specially formulated dual-action treatment for athlete's foot. Torpedo relieves itching and discomfort whilst attacking the underlying infection. Ask your pharmacist for new Torpedo and sink athlete's foot fast.
Let me get this straight. He jumped over a wall and ran away.
He did leave this behind.
We pull in everyone we've got. We search every known address, speak to his mother, speak to every member of his family, every friend, every known contact. This is a very dangerous young man we have out there. He's waging a war, and he'll do whatever it takes to win it. We find Keith Mann. And when we do, give him that back.
Mrs. Mann, we think your son has been learning how to make explosives. It's our belief that unless we stop him now, he's going to kill somebody.
You're wrong about my boy. He told me he was the one who was in danger because he's campaigning against some very powerful people. They're the ones you should be looking for, not Keith.
Cheers, mate.
I haven't seen Keith for like ages. I'd love to help you, man, but it's this paraffin. It's like really doing my head.
Pack the explosives into a video cassette box, then cut a hole through the top. Having primed the device and detonator, the incendiary is ready to be executed.
In the months after Mann's escape, animal rights activists sent 36 incendiary devices to targets nationwide. A parcel bomb injured a fur trader, his daughter, and a 3-year-old child. Montgomery knew it was only a matter of time before someone was killed.
She's gone inside.
Good morning, boss. Superintendent Montgomery, Jeff Barton, Hastings CID.
Morning. What is this place?
It's an animal sanctuary. A bit like a commune. Dory Mann stayed a couple of hours, then left. There's another woman inside.
What about Barn? Is he in there or not?
That's a $64,000 question, sir. Can't say. There's been no sight of him. But we've got teams closer and keeping watch.
OP1 to base.
Go ahead, OP1.
Someone's just let a dog out the front. I couldn't see who it was, though.
Ask him what kind of dog.
What kind of dog, over?
Looks like a beagle.
We go in.
Strike, strike, strike!
Where is Keith Mann?
Oh, there isn't anyone here called Keith Mann. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Clear! Clear!
Will someone please tell me what is going on?
He's at the back.
Hey, let's go! Okay! Ben, leave!
Mann was back behind bars, but Montgomery's work was just beginning. He now had to prove that Mann wasn't just an activist. He was the mastermind behind a terrorist bombing campaign. A forensic team descended on the farmhouse.
Bombing targets, maybe?
These could have been typed out by anyone. Who's to say they belong to man? It doesn't prove he's making bombs.
Could they prove the bombing instructions had been typed by Mann? They were sent to a document examiner based in Birmingham, together with Mann's typewriter. Over a week, Mike Hall painstakingly examined every imprint on the typewriter ribbon. Some had been over-typed and were barely legible, but Hall was eventually able to reassemble everything that had been typed on the ribbon. It included a crucial passage. Hall's discovery was encouraging, but Montgomery still had to prove Mann had the means to make bombs. A range of domestic items retrieved from the farmhouse were sent to explosives expert Sean Thompson at the Ministry of Defense. He was particularly interested in a tub containing 2 mystery ingredients. One was quickly confirmed as sugar. The other was more difficult to identify. Having compacted the powder into a disc, Thompson fired a beam of infrared light at it in a machine called a spectrometer. Different substances absorb infrared light at different frequencies. The wave pattern for the mystery substance identified it as a chlorate. The next step was to find out what type. Thompson diluted the powder and injected it into a gas-liquid chromatograph. This machine separates the different chemicals forming the powder by dissolving them at different speeds. The wave pattern told Thompson the other component in the powder was sodium. The mystery substance was sodium chlorate.
Weed killer. Sodium chlorate is weed killer. So there's a perfectly innocent explanation for all the items found in the house?
Yes. But if you remember, we found the sodium chlorate together with the sugar. Now, it's a bit odd, you might think, finding weed killer and sugar in the same place. But when you mix these two together, you get a very interesting reaction. Grab your coat and I'll show you. You better put these on.
Weed killer and sugar. Like the other items found in the house, on their own they appeared innocuous. But mixed together in just the right proportions, they proved that Keith Mann wasn't just a protester. He was a terrorist, a dangerous fanatic. On the 19th of December 1994, he admitted possessing explosive components, attempted arson, criminal damage, attempted incitement, and escaping custody. He was given one of the heaviest sentences ever imposed for this kind of crime. 14 years imprisonment. Since this program was made, Keith Mann's prison sentence has been reduced by the Court of Appeal.
Experimentation on animals is always an emotive subject. Next tonight, diarist Zoe Broughton lifts the lid on one of